I always had a feeling it came from circus people.
Hello, hello. Welcome. My lips are a little dry. 1 second. Welcome to my channel, my entertainment channel. Hi, Renee. If this is your first time, nice meeting you. I don't use this brush, that's why I did that. If this is your first time, nice meeting you. New hair, new nails. Because you know what we're about to do today. You know why we're here. You know why we're here. We're here to talk about ARCANE. I'm not late. I'm not considered late. I'm not going to consider myself late. Only because I recorded this video last November. And it's March 26th to be exact, I believe. And I'm here to rest my case with I made a video 50 minutes long. This one, I don't know if it may be longer or shorter, but either way, I didn't like the outcome. The lighting, everything just felt I didn't like it, so I had to scrap it. What I said was okay. I just didn't like the outcome of the video. Regardless, nonetheless, we're here and we're ready to get things started. And I feel like it was worth the wait because my hair's blue, my nails are blue, everything's blue, because we're here to talk about ARCANE. Snap it up, snap it up. I just have obviously so many thoughts, and it was just one thing. Peak television, in my honest opinion. Peak anime. I don't know if it's considered anime. Don't attack me. Peak anime. The walls are so bad. I see one outside my window right now. Peak animation. Peak cartoon. Whatever the categories need to be, it's peak. They ate, they devoured, and I just feel like the whole message behind it, I don't know what the real message was, but I'm going to tell you my outtake on what I thought the premise of the show meant at the end, because I just think it was very interesting in my eyes, how I viewed it as a 21-year-old. So a lot has changed in the past months since the last I recorded. I do remember what I recorded, so I'm gonna link everything down at the bottom. You can go check out my Get Ready With Me and Chit Chat. I talked a little about ARCANE there, but it doesn't matter. We're here again. And then before that, I think it was the last Avatar, The Last Airbender. I'm sorry, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and then things that bothered me, I think, was somewhere in between that. Anyway, either way, it'll be linked. And yeah, let's just jump right into the video. I'm gonna do a little makeup, Avi. You just know the drill. And I'm not gonna go as heavy because I just got off work, and if you can already tell, I kind of got a little foundation on, nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna be pulling makeup out of my bag because I haven't taken it out since I've been out with my girls. That one time we went out and I took my makeup bag, I haven't taken my makeup out since. So this is kind of just me going through stuff, so don't mind the panning up and down, like running through things. Don't mind it. Just worry about what I'm going to talk about. And we're going to get right into it right now because I already spent 4 minutes on the intro. So, social medias, I'll link it in the end, whatever. So today, I don't think I have any blue in my palettes, but we're gonna make something close to it. If not blue, we're just gonna be black, because why not? So today, we're gonna talk about ARCANE. 2 seasons. Sad to think or say that it's not coming out again after 2 seasons. I really needed a 3rd season. Maybe we will get blessed in the near future. Maybe it will come. Maybe I'm praying, hoping that maybe that was a false alarm. These got a little lazy. Creators just got a little. It'll come back. Anyways, so my. I don't even know where to start. I think I'm just gonna start maybe with the enforcers. I'm just gonna just like go down the line and just get ready for me to just talk my crap, because I have things to say. One, task force of bozos. Like, I don't really know what you're enforcing. You were just there for the most part. Maddie Clown. What's his name? Marcus Bozo. Who's next? The only one that I liked out of that whole clan was the lady. I forgot her name. Sorry, R.I.P. She was a good woman. Anyways, she was the best out of all of you. Everyone else was buffoons. That's pretty much my summary on that. Next, I'm gonna talk about Silco. You're wicked. I'm just gonna say you're wicked, and it's so unfortunate that you died so lastly. I feel like it should have been way sooner. Maybe justice would have been served quicker, because you being gone, not gone, you basically started a war pushing Jinx to be front runner. No shade. Even though she killed you and whatever. You started this war, taking the gecko magic, lizard, whatever that is, the magic, taking the lizard gecko gene stuff and pumping it through the whole Undercity, yourself, your prodigy daughter and whatever. And I just want to know, why do you want to be a conqueror over a bunch of people? Why everyone? Why kids specifically? Why do everyone else has to suffer because you were, I don't know what, bullied by Vander a couple of years ago? Okay. Whatever. Vander knew you were a nut job, kind of got away from you, kind of stepped back, and you said you respected Vander, but you stabbed him in the back. How's that respect? I don't know. I think maybe you're a little ditzy, little cuckoo for Coco, but I think that was a given though. I think that was a given since season 1 though. Rest in peace. You're dead. You're dead now. You're dead. So it really wouldn't matter. I just wish it would have happened sooner. I don't respect you. I don't respect a person like that. He died for our cause, causing another war within inside itself, causing that crazy woman. It wasn't, I don't want to call her crazy. I feel like she was just a victim of the system, and her actions just was like a domino effect because of what Silco done to her son, putting her son, I don't know if he pumped him full of the magic before he sent him out into the war field, but sending her son to go, when was this? Oh, to send her son to go fight Vi and Jace, resulting in him getting killed by that mega hammer that Jace stupidly just used. I mean, he didn't know it was kids, but just resorting to violence on more violence is never going to be the answer, which is we're gonna get to that. I really just don't know why you even did it, because you really didn't give an, I guess, for what, control over the Undercity, so they can go back to the way it was. But is it really going back to the way it was if you're pumping people's kids full of magic and basically controlling them, getting them sick, costing them their labor, their health, because of this quote-unquote power that this magic apparently gives people, the shimmer? What's going on? What's really going on? Couldn't just be you? And okay, you have people that are obviously doing this themselves. They're signing up for this. So waiver or not, you have your little clan. Can it just be that and not involving children into your mess? See what happens. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It was just buffoonery all around. Like, I get you wanting, control back for your people, but it's not really control. when you're forcing Shimmer in their face, causing them to wreak havoc in war or get killed. I just don't know. I just don't know. Honestly, I don't even think Silco knows. So I just been rummaging around in my bag for no reason because I really didn't need anything right there. So I really can't do anything for you there, baby girl. So that's just my thoughts on you. Next, I'm gonna talk about Vander. I like Vander. I wish it was Silco instead of him. Vander's a true dad. He's a true dad at heart. He wasn't the girl's real father, but he was their father. He's a true dad at heart. And all he wanted was to protect his family. All he wanted was to protect his family. And Silco just got in the way of that. And the result of him trying to protect his family and staying away from Silco's crazy self, he got himself killed. Domino effect again. I mean, it was kind of Jinx Powder's fault for, sending off the bombs because they were almost free. I do know that. But they wouldn't even been in this situation in the beginning if it wasn't for Silco. So, I really can't. Silco versus, how old was she? 5, younger than 5, adolescent. I can't put the blame on the 5-year-old. I'm sorry. So Vander, good man. I don't know. I'm guessing they were saying he was reincarnated through that monster at the end. Okay. They could have just left him dead. I don't know. You could have just left that alone. I feel like he died an honorable death. Taking the Shimmer wasn't the smartest. I mean, but I guess to get Vi and everyone else out of there, I guess. I'm pretty sure Vi probably would have found a way out of there herself. Probably would have been, I don't know. Maybe you could have been alive, could have got help. I don't know. But, he took the bravery way out, taking the Shimmer, getting strength, taking out whoever was left, as he should have. So, good man. Next is Benzo, I guess. Let's speak about Benzo. I like Benzo. I can't open. Sorry guys. Intermission. I can't open this. We all know why. Let's not end it. Benzo, I like Benzo. He was a father figure to Echo. Really sweet. Really sweet man. Next, I'm gonna talk about Savika. What's her name? Is it Savika? Whatever. You're not smart. I don't know if it's because of the hate you have towards Jinx, because she's Silco's second in command and you want that title. But technically, I think you and Silco know that title has always been yours. He just had admiration for Jinx because he pumped her full of magic, full of gecko magic. She was his 001 or 002 because he did the guy first. He was her Project 02 or whatever, however you say that. So technically, yes, she was his second in command, but that you knew that title belonged to you. I really don't know what the lashing out was, being kind of, aggressive when you talk to Jinx, taking that anger out on Vi, causing fights. I really don't know what that was. It just seems like you need to unpack some things there. But you're dead now, right? I think you are. So it really doesn't matter anymore. I just felt like that was really nonsensical. Stepping up to, you're a traitor, because stepping up to Vander, you were on Vander's side first. Stepping up to him, calling him weak because he was choosing peace, because obviously war isn't the way to go. And look what that cost you. Your arm. That's what you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's just consequences of your own action, guys. Like, I don't know. I'm doing this in the viewfinder of my camera. That probably looks crazy because it looks okay slightly. I can see it's off. It looks crazy. I'm just doing things. I'm just having a blast. I'm really not paying attention to what I'm actually doing. I'm just like going with the flow. Cause like I wore a little foundation most of the day. So it's like I really don't wanna play makeup too crazy. But I don't know. Just thought it would be fun. I think she's a bozo, but we don't have to see her anymore. Right? Right. Next, I don't want to discuss Marcus. I just think he's pathetic, a buffoon, and he has no backbone. Making a deal with Silco. What was the outcome for that? What was your thought process behind doing that? If you wanted to pick up what the lady before you was doing before she died, but I don't think that's what it was, because when she died, you said to Silco at the end, this wasn't the plan. So you were already in cahoots with Silco before. I'm trying to connect the dots and to see where was the explanation for your reasoning to side with Silco? Was it because she was with Van? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm making it worse. I don't think we'll ever get to know. Because they're both dead, so it really wouldn't matter now, would it? I have my fan on while I'm recording, so I'm burning up. Intermission. Moving right along, I'm just gonna go. I don't know who else I want to talk about, like the adult-wise, before I start talking about like the younger people. Because I don't know. Oh, I guess we can go into the council. We can start with Jace. Look at that. What's going on? How did that even happen? Okay. Next I'm gonna talk about is Jace. I don't really know what you want me to say. I think he's unserious as well. Okay. So, okay, back to Jace. Sorry, that literally took majority of my time here just now, because I just was not continuing with my lip-syncing like that. Sorry. So, I think Jace is a little unserious because you got here of the likes of Powder and her friends and her sister breaking into your apartment, correct? You harvesting those blue balls, those magic balls. My question to you is, why were they at your college dorm? If you knew, or if you like, I don't know if you knew. Maybe you did. You knew. If you knew they were explosive, why would they be in your dorm room? Now, let's say the kids didn't break into your apartment. Wouldn't just any minor convenience bumping into it would cause it to go off? No? Correct? I think so. Not the brightest bulb, obviously, because it cost you your place at the university or wherever you were. Cost you your place at the university. Then you turning that around with the help of Mel and Victor. You turning that around, getting on the council, kicking Heimerdinger off. Why? Why? You're too old. I think you just need to put wait, what were you saying even? I don't even remember. It just was in the lines of he was too old and he needs a break. You just got on here. I think it was out of spite because he gave Jace consequences on having those blue magic balls, explosive balls in his apartment. I think he was trying to get his little 1-2 punch back on Heimerdinger, and it was like, oh, you know, you kicked me out of the university. Now that I'm on the council, I'm going to kick you out because 1 and 2, you're not allowing me to play with my blue magic freely. I just felt like that's just what the premise of your actions were in that moment. Then you getting the power, getting the, or whatever, council membership, access all areas, whatever. You getting that, and then doing a whole 180, not even sticking to it, not even taking you a week to give up on your project that you, what was it, Progress Day? Are you serious? You're not serious, because you didn't even last long with this. You didn't even last a week, barely. You're not serious. Not the brightest bowl, obviously. Victor helping you. Victor had his own motive, but I just felt like in that duo, he was the brainiac for most of the time being, which is funny because he helped you out with your project that you couldn't even last a weekend. I just think you're very clownish. I think they're undercity thugs, but I was just having a bad day. That was most of what you were saying towards season 2. It just got very lackluster. I got very bored. It just wasn't giving Boy King how they wanted it to give from the get-go. So you didn't have my vote in any of it. Sorry to say, not sorry. I just think you need to pick what you want to, take a stand in and actually pursue that and actually stand in your business in doing that. Not whatever this is. Not whatever this is. Not whatever this is. Not whatever this is. Okay? Next is, oh, I'm sorry, we're not done. Back to Jace. You killing a kid in that fight with the firelights. Yeah, you killed, yeah. You see what happens? You see what happens when you put violence with violence and you choose to fight back. You don't even know what you're fighting, mind you. You don't even know what you're fighting, and you obviously didn't, because when you killed the kid, you obviously had a change of heart, as you should. But it should have never gotten to that point. But the fact that it did, you had to reflect, and you had to go sit in that. So 1 step forward, 5 steps back. It's been this way the entire time. I just can't get behind it. So access denied because of it. The relationship with Mel was entertaining, I guess, but that's all you're giving me. So what else do you have for me? Fighting with Victor at the end because said what? The terms in your agreement started looking different? Well, yeah, because when I don't know. I just really wasn't getting his side in any of that. Blaming it all on them being undercity thugs and the right thing to do. We just have to stop. True, but no. You know what I mean? Just no. That's Jace. Enough on him. I just think he's a bozo. Doesn't really believe in what he stands in. I don't even think he knows what he believes in anymore. I think he needs to go find himself. Next is Victor. Victor, I have my bittersweet feelings about Victor because I was a little bit weary of his intentions going into that little partnership with Jace. Were your plans to help find you a way to walk because he said he found a way with magic or starting to, whatever. Was that your goal? Was that your goal, just to find a way to walk? We could took preventative measures to get around that without inserting magic. Because look at what that got you. Look at what that got you. Blending in with the hex core because giving it your blood because you know what you see. I don't know. I just wasn't getting it. Maybe someone can explain. Maybe you can't. Maybe we all just don't know. I feel like it just at the end, I guess it was making sense towards the end. I just really never understood his reasoning as becoming a part of the inserting himself. I guess to just like, I don't know. I guess to like want to fix his leg issue, wanting to walk again. And like wanting to feel human. That could be sub reason. That can be main reason, whatever. But I just feel like he had other, I don't know if that was the real motive. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reaching. But, you know, I guess he won in the end. You know, you died and you basically became the Hex Core. A Hex Core god, whatever. I guess? Good for you. He was the only one on that council that believed Vi and what they were saying about everybody in the Undercity. He was the only one that stood up for the Undercity. So I do like him. I do like him. I am just confused mostly with, you know, the purpose of it all to begin with. Killing Sky. Let's just all, a minute, please. A minute for Sky. It's just so bittersweet. It's just so bittersweet. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, I guess because he already absorbed his blood into it, so the Hex Core knew not to kill him. Why did it have to evaporate Sky? Did it evaporate her, or did it just evaporate her human flesh and her spirit is now a part of the Hex Core too? Is that what that is? No. Maybe somebody explain that to me in the comments if you know. I just am just sad. It's just sunken in sadness because she died because of you, saving you. She was there to tell you that she liked you. She had a crush, wanted to work on her project with you some more. You inspired her. Wrote a whole journal, wrote a whole book novel about you. And you are her demise. You were the reason of her death. And it's just sad. It's just sad. And I don't think he wallowed in that pity the rest of the series, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me. You could have brought her back. You became Hex Core God. You could have brought her back. You could have reached in there, whatever, and got her back. But I don't know. I guess her voice coming into you in spirit form was enough. It wasn't enough for me. It's just sad. We can't have anything. We can't have anything fun. Anyways, next, enough on that. That's Victor. I do like him. I do. I do. Next is Mel. I love Mel. Her having powers, super cool. That armor stuff, super cool, because without it, she would have died. She would have died in that blast, and I wouldn't have watched the show anymore. I would have, but I wouldn't have watched the show anymore. She would have died in that blast, and that would have crushed me. So I'm super glad that she was going to prevail, whether it was planned for her not to. Amen. So grateful for that. Her mother, I want to say so many words. I have family here, so I won't curse as bad. Her mother is a dip. Coming back after getting your son killed, coming back to harass, I'm trying to think of other words, harass, bother your daughter in her city, her little kingdom here. What's up with that? Because she wants the armor. She wants the weapons because she doesn't have it. They don't have the tech. And some people are just less fortunate than others. It's just the way the world is, just the way the world works. It's sad, but you know, you will prevail. You will get through. You will persevere. Don't get male involved into your emotions. Don't get male involved into your drama. It's not worth. Because once they say that the people who were after you and your son say they got to know and they killed him, you're next on the list, right? So what would the, I guess, to buy her more time and to give her the tech so she could fight, but baby, it would be a little bit too late for that, don't you think? I just think her mom is just like walking dynamite, and I feel like she added more to the fuel of their problem, and it just blew up quicker because of her. Because without her, she wouldn't be planting in the council's ear, telling them war. That wouldn't have been happening. I wish Mel would have stood her ground when she told her to leave the first time after bothering Jace. But for it to play out how it played out, I guess, what's her name? Andessa? I don't know her name. I don't know these people's name like that. Her mother. I guess with her destruction. With her destruction, I feel like her leaving would have saved us a little bit, because we wouldn't have people egging on fighting violence on violence more. You know, we wouldn't have an extra vote in that. So maybe things would have went differently, but it didn't. So I can't really wallow in what could have been. We could go all day with what could have been, but I can't wallow in that. I just wish she stayed. I just wish she would have gone, but whatever. Next is who else is next? I'm gonna say the Cameron Mama Cameron. It's so sad. So sad. Obviously the pants in the house. The dad is sad. Him taking his frustration out on Vi. Yucky. But of course, you need someone to blame. Next, I think I covered everyone on the council that Heimendinger, whatever. I like him. Lorax, I like him. I really feel like they didn't listen to him enough. People, you can argue and say that he didn't warn them more thoroughly. I think he did. I feel like, I don't know, me watching it, as me viewing it, to me, it sounded like he just wouldn't shut up about it. He wouldn't shut up about how much that it would be dangerous to use the hex core and let it free to the public, because it would get in the wrong hands. I think he expressed that. I just think they just, you know, when you have a hater in your camp, you're not going to listen, of course, right? So I just think that's just how they perceived it. They just thought he was just mad because he's old in time, stuck in his ways. He's been around past 300 years. That's not what it was. He's been around. I just think they just didn't really look at it in his eyes. He's been around longer, so he's seen what stuff like bringing magic to humans could do, because not all humans have good in their heart, Chase. Not all humans are like you, Chase. Maybe they are. It just, you know, it didn't get to them how he thought the message would, you know, receive to them, but it just didn't get received that way. I'm so sorry. Maybe you could have went extreme measures to, you know, get your point across. You could have later, after you seen they weren't getting it the first time. I feel like that's when you could have said some more and made it more, you know, in bold, and, you know, so they could pay attention. Wake up. But, you know, he tried his best. They just pushed him away like a little dog. He tried his best. I'm sorry. At least it didn't cost you your life, because he would have been dead if he was in that tower. Excuse me. He would have been dead if he was in that tower. I'm sorry. I just feel like he wouldn't have made it. So it was good that he wasn't there, and that Jace gave him his, you know, his retirement early. it was just sad to see it happen. It was just sad to see it happen. But I say it worked out in his favor because he's still here. Don't get in Echo's way. That's just my thing. Okay, and we're good. I like him though. I really feel like he was the smartest out of everyone in that universe. Okay? Besides Vi. Alright. And next character I'm going to talk about. I think I'm done with all the adults I wanted to speak about, I believe. I think now we're going to go into like younger generation. I think now we're transitioning over. I think we talked about everybody. Okay? If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Just don't remember. They're not important. Sorry. Maybe they are. Sorry. Next, Echo. I love Echo. I really feel like besides Vi, he was the smartest in his universe as well. Him and Heimerdinger, they work well as a team. Better than Jason, Victor. Better than them two. Sorry, Victor, but you had a dumb partner. They work well together as a team. I hope they get well accomplished. We won't know, but I'm assuming that well will be accomplished. A man. Echo made that whole treehouse land universe, not universe, but he made that whole part of the Undercity for him and the Firelights and for everyone else. I think they're good. I think they're in good hands. Hopefully Heimerdinger won't just, try to take the wheel on that. He'll just, build the weapons and move. Echo, time travel king, time travel inventor. Ate that. Saving Jinx. Was it 5? Was it less than 5? I want to say 5. I feel like it was 5. 5 times saving her from killing herself. I was on the edge of my seat. Every scene, it was a new line. It was a new line for death. I was on the edge of my seat. Literally had me scarred. But thank you, Echo, for that. She would have been gone without it. I don't even want to think about how it would have went if it would have went out that way. That would have been crazy. But anyways, I like Echo. Him, I really wish they would have tapped into him and Jinx's relationship more. I wish they would have had more conversations after she became Jinx. I guess busy plate, couldn't really get into it. They had that fight. They kind of hated each other. Maybe sub-hated, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't time to talk. Maybe they really didn't like each other at that time. He was saying that she was gone, talking to Vi. I just really wish they would have talked more, him and Jinx. Maybe it could have been. I don't know. Maybe she could have been saved still. But we guess we'll never know. I just thought that the scenes in his other dimension with them were cute. I just thought that was cute. And I support that. Other than that fight scene that him and Jinx had, cool. I liked that, enjoyed. So glad he got away free. Echo has literally skipped death 3 times, I believe, on this show. Maybe more. You can't kill black excellence. I'm sorry. You just can't. Marcus shooting him. Bozo move. Why would you do that? And you didn't even hesitate. Caitlyn barely said a sentence. Good thing Echo kept that vest on. Smart kid. Very smart man. Just can't kill black excellence. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, that's Echo. Next, Caitlyn, I guess. I'm indifferent with Caitlyn now. She's okay. In the beginning, she was kind of getting me with the ditzy acting like, dumb blonde, acting like she just blind. Blind, yes, but theoretically, or not technically, because, you're in the Force, woman. You're in the Force. I guess you can't see inside looking out, but you can. You can, though. You very much can. I'm glad that she's at her senses now. I don't know if she wants to control something in her life. She obviously has control issues because of her parents. Basically steamrolling her everywhere. Mom's gone, so now she thinks she's the leader of the camp. Maybe she'll turn some good through that. enforcement, maybe good will come from that. I just can't support any law enforcement. I'm sorry. So I can't get behind that. Her and Vi are cute, but it's like yin and yang, you know. I just the complications with the we're not what was their analogy? I don't even remember. Mess. They just need to work on themselves separately before we can both intertwine. Okay, that's just my thoughts on that. They are cute together. I do want to see them thrive together. They just need to work on some things first. Because her asking Vi to get Jinx, capture Jinx as an enforcer, that's kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. But it's nutty. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want anyone shooting me in the comments. That's all I'm gonna say. Next character, I'm gonna talk about the dead really quickly. I'm sorry. R.I.P. Rest in peace. What was it? Clagger and the other one. I forgot. Those two, they're friends. So sorry to see you go. I wish you stayed. I wish you were alive. Unfortunately, it wasn't your time. Sorry to see you go. Milo, was it Milo? Milo and Clagger? I think it was Milo, because now I remember clocking him a couple times because of Powder. I wasn't liking that. Watch your mouth, watch your tone. It's a child. You're a child as well, but she's a younger child, and you knew that. So I get what he was saying take a punch or two, like the more you come, the more, you know, pain you'll endure. I get it. He was just a little harsh. It came out wrong. I get the premise. It came out wrong. Let's, you know, sit back, think about it a little bit, close our mouths, process it, and then come back to it. All right. That's all I needed from him. So sad to see you go, though. So sad. Back to the characters. Next on my list is Powder / Jinx. Obviously, you know who we're here for. Obviously. But before you attack, I know she's the villain. She's supposed to be the villain. But we all know why she's not. And why it's Silco. We all know why, guys. It's not her fault. Taken under Silco's wing at an adolescent age. Getting pumped with Shimmer. Getting into it with Vi. Being the cause of that whole explosion. Not knowing how much damage she caused. And it was so unfortunate watching Marcus, the bozo, kidnap Vi, throw her in prison. Are you serious? And not telling Silco, look at, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Look at you now, dead. So it's just a domino, like I've been saying the whole entire video, domino effect of bad actions lead to bad consequences. I'm sorry. It's so unfortunate thinking that how fast she switched up on Vi, because Vi slapped her a couple of times, told her she was a Jinx. They've been egging that on the entire first season, calling her a Jinx, so I get it. And her being so young and probably being hypersensitive made it no better. So, and they were all kids, so they didn't understand the damage that they were doing, saying that to her. And Jinx was trying to tell Vi in the end how that affected her. Silco didn't start Jinx, you did. I just feel like it was reiterated a little differently. I feel like she could have did it differently. I feel like she's a drama queen. She lives for the theatrics. I love that because I do as well. You know, I do as well. But I feel like that conversation should have been done I'm talking to Jinx. I feel like that whole scene conversation should have been done. One, without Silco and Caitlyn. They should have never been there for that. that something that personal, especially starting it out with you think you made Jinx, but it was no, you think Silco made Jinx, but it was you. Having that, especially starting out that way, having that conversation like that, knowing that what it would have went into if it wasn't for sub actions, because Silco spit out that mouthpiece and said what he had to say. Didn't need to speak. Didn't need to speak. He did try to shoot. That's what you get. Didn't need to speak. If he would have kept his mouth closed, and I feel like if Caitlyn wasn't there, her and Vi could have came to a reasonable agreement. Probably could have turned herself in a little sooner. It could have went peacefully. But no. Chaos has to, ensue. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not. It's fine. It's just so sad just seeing it unfold, because I really, really wish. I get, like, her actions. I get it. I just wish that she would have done it differently. Most of her actions, I wish she would have went about differently. Like that conversation, kidnapping Caitlyn and Silco. Kidnapping Silco, I really don't care. Kidnapping Caitlyn and Silco and Vi, and doing it that way. I feel like it's the shimmer, you guys. I can't blame her, because Silco did it to her. It was the shimmer, making her see visions, see things, see people. Milo and Clagger, making her see that. Yo, Silco turned her crazy. Silco turned her psychotic, and already having those underlying issues it was just all gonna come crumbling down sooner or later. The barrier was always gonna, it was just gonna, without the extra shimmer or not, bringing her back into full shimmer, without that or not, sooner or later, it was just all gonna come crumbling down. Because it was built up from trauma from the get-go. So you can't make me see her as the villain. I'm sorry. Or Vi. They were kids. They were just products of their environment. Sorry. And I think we all know that. I don't even think I have to explain that to you. I think you know that. But if there are Jinx haters, I'm just here to let you know. Maybe point the blame at the man who took an underage girl under his wing as his daughter, pumping her up through shimmer. For what? Because you wanted to show them? Because her and her sister got into a little fight and you killed their father. Show them what? Xander's dead. What else do you have to show them? You just want to be a conqueror over a bunch of people. Oh my god. Anyways. That's Jinx and Powder. I love her. If you didn't know. Her taking in... What was that kid's name? Shh. I want to say... I don't want to say the wrong name. Mika... Little girl. That was so tragic. Her dying that way, that was so tragic. But product of her environment, just like Jinx, it was gonna happen sooner or later. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you got involved into this. But I mean, it's not like she didn't make the choice on her own. All of her actions, even though she's a child, she kind of went for it because she just saw Jinx as an older sister. So, it's very unfortunate, but I did like their relationship. I really did like their relationship. I'm just sad that the little girl has to pay the price and dying because of it. But in her eyes, I guess she did it for a good cause, because she did it for Jinx, did it for the war, did it for power to the people. So I respect her. I respect everything about that little girl. I'm just so sad that she died because of it. She could have just went around her way, left Jinx alone. She didn't have to follow her. Could have just let her go into the... But it's all right. It's all right. I can't talk about what ifs with you guys anymore, because it didn't happen that way, and she's gone. So I just want to pay my condolences. Sorry. But that's Jinx Powder. I love her. Sorry. Next is Vi. I think the last character I'm gonna discuss, cover, If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. They were probably too boring for me to remember. Probably just don't remember their storyline. And yeah. And I'm like 53 minutes into the video, so it's time to wrap it up. Because editing is going to be hell. Anyways, so ending it off with Vi. And obviously my take on what I thought the show was. I love Vi. I love Vi. I love how strong she is. I was thinking, watching back, I don't know if it's because her and Vander are the only strongest people who have the willpower to put on those gloves, or if that's just it being passed down to her and she's being the only one that's put them on. I don't remember seeing anyone wear them. I don't know if anyone picked them up, put them on, tried to. I've only seen her and Vander wear them. I would have to rewatch it. I think they're strange. I think for her to be twice as smaller as Vander, and to be able, before she went to prison and after, for her to be able to put her arm in that, keep up battles, 12-year-old fighting battles with shimmered pre-adult, preteens fighting battles with them. She ate that. She ate that. And nothing you can say will make me disagree. Make me hate her like more. Nothing you can say will just make me turn on her. That's my sister to the end. Her and Jinx are I know they have their differences. I just don't see it ending the way that it ended. In my eyes, they all ended a big happy family. Sorry. That's just the way I seen it. That's just the way it went down for me in my head. They're not against each other. They're sisters, and nothing will tear them apart. Just like how my love for both of them, nothing you can say will tear them apart. Okay? So, I just wanted to put that out there. Everything that Vi stood up for, everything that she fought for, has been real from the jump. She hasn't swayed like Jace, back and forth, don't know what you want, don't know what you want to do, don't know what you want to believe in. She never swayed from her cause. Because she had foundation. She had purpose. She had love, light. That's why she was strongest. She was the strongest on the whole entire show. Who are you going to put over you? Out of this universe, who are you going to put her up against? Nobody. Nobody. She ripped Savit, robot arm lady, ripped her arm out of her body. Who are you going to put her up against? I know it was because the hex core magic was in the arm, but whatever. But I feel like Vi could have taken her without the hex core magic. Plus, I feel like she couldn't have taken her. I feel like she could have taken her. So, love Vi. Love everything about her. Literally the only realist one on the team, because she never swayed from the cause of trying to get the Undercity from the shackles of Silco, his mess, his shimmer, and craziness. Only the realest one. She didn't want to see her people. She didn't want to see the place she grew up from, her city, fallen under terror. I love Vi. Main character, love her. Now, my thoughts on what I took from the show, the message I took from the show. I feel like, I don't know, I could be totally wrong. This is just my opinion and my take. So you can tell me yours, or you can tell me what the real, take is on the show. But I feel like the creators, what they were going for, and it's just obvious reach because I think too deeply into things sometimes. I think showing Undercity versus Topside, I think showing them the differences in, being born into luxury versus not so much, and the fallens and of what was, into because of, domino effect, fights, wars, people wanting power, doing whatever, obviously, to be able to gain it. I feel like they did a really good job highlighting that. I really don't know what their reasoning was on hating the Undercity. Going down there with masks, acting like the air was toxic. Don't get me wrong, the air was toxic. But instead of giving them resources to fix it, to join you, to make a nation bigger, to help people, just be a kind human person. I'm sorry, a kind human with human decency. Instead of giving them the resources to help them, instead of going down there clearing out the toxic air, you go down there and mask to tell them to back off. Don't let anyone from your city come in because we don't want your poisonous. Really? Really? I think the show did a really, really good job at highlighting how, you know, the way of the world is. How, and I feel like Avatar did the same thing. I feel like people won't understand unless they understand. Because, you know, you know how the way of the world is. You don't have a lot of money if you don't come from a lot of, you know, if you don't come from wealth, if you're not a chairman, if you don't come from the top side, the council, you basically fall in the undercity. You basically fall beneath everyone. If you're not an influencer, if you're not if you're not popular, if you don't have that charisma, that got it, that everyone likes on social media, and you don't have any other talents, or you don't have enough wealth to make it look like you have talents, whatever the case may be. I love how they perceive the real world perspective into the show. If that makes sense. People probably interpreted what I'm saying better in better words. I just think they just did a really good job at how I see the world in my words. Basically, wealth versus, poor. Wealth versus poor. Basically, not saying that's how I see people. I'm just saying that's how I think the world sees the people. I'm probably putting myself in a hole trying to further explain myself. But that's just what I got from the show. I really, really enjoyed the message in my eyes. I feel like with the message, what I thought it was being, I enjoyed. Case in point, I enjoyed the show, case in point, whatever. I'm probably going to crop most of that out because I probably didn't make any sense and I just talked for an hour for no reason. I really enjoyed the show. My favorite characters are Vi, Jinx, Mel. I tolerate Heimendinger, Caitlyn, and Jace. No, not really. No, never mind. Subtract that. I just tolerate Heimendinger and Caitlyn and Echo. Vi, Echo, Mel, and Jinx. I'm trying to think if there's a fifth person I want to add in there. No, but I don't really think so. Those are my four favorite. I just tolerate Heimendinger and Caitlyn. They're all right. I like them. I don't like them as much as the other characters, but I do like them. Those are my favorite characters. Those are my thoughts on the show and the characters. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on the show and the characters were. If you had the same feeling about the whole purpose of the show like I did, let me know in the comments. Or tell me what you think the show meant and, how you perceived it, how you saw top side versus underside, how you saw that whole, shabackle go down. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you want. If not, you can like, comment, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and here's my TikTok as well if you want to peruse on there. I post mostly on that, I guess, maybe more than the other two. So yeah, sorry that the video took so long into uploading. I had to remake it and because I wanted it to be right. I wanted it to be right. I don't go for lackluster, so I'm sorry. I wanted it to be right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch me talk for an hour and a couple of minutes. I really didn't intend for it to be this long. It was actually longer than the last video. Now I have to edit, so it's my mess. I hope you enjoyed me rambling for the rest of the time here. Now I'm just saying a bunch of nothing just to talk. This was fun. I don't know what my next video will be, but I will be back very soon, maybe tomorrow. I will be recording if I can think of a topic. Probably will just be on here to ramble with you guys. And yeah, I love the show. So sad that it's over. But for what it was out of those 2 seasons, they ate. And having Imagine Dragons as your permanent theme song, like them releasing that song for you, 8. 10s across the board, 20s across the board. It can't get no better than this in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you have fun. And that's all I have for you guys. Bye, see you next one.